Oh, dude. So I want to do that stand-up comedy like tier list like legitimately with you once we get a computer for both of us going and everything.
Yeah.
Because so I was listening to some Andrew Schultz stuff, right?
Hmm.
And I know like we've shit on him a lot, and I shit on him too. But I don't think it's fair that I put him in the same category as like a Tim Dillon or a Theo Vaughn.
No, yeah,
He's funnier than those fuckers.
he's definitely made me laugh before, and I also think he has a lot of interesting shit to say. Like I
Mm,
like anytime he goes on Rogan, I'll listen to the episode every time. So, but
fair enough. Fair enough.
I feel you on that. I don't think he's as bad as like Chris D'Elia or like a Theo
Yeah, because
Vaughn.
those guys aren't even comedians.
Nah.
They're not. They're just people who knew that. Oh, let me buy a microphone and ride this wave.
Yeah, Andrew Schultz is wildly overrated, but I do like he does actually make me laugh, and I do enjoy listening to him on podcasts.
Fair.
Whereas
He's
someone like Tim Dillon, I'm just no. Well, to be fair, I have listened to some of Tim Dillon's on Joe Rogan.
mm,
He can be interesting too sometimes, but in like a weird like narcissistic way.
yeah, but I'd rather just be like, why am I dealing with Alex Jones light? Like, let me just get the juice from the source. You know, like what? Like that guy's on YouTube. He's on everywhere. Why do I have to listen to this schmuck? I just don't like how unoriginal he is. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
really a 9/11 joke on 9/11. It's like, dude, like what? Like, are you fucking five? Like that's like, how's that creative? Or he did the video like 6 months back of him. It's like these are how like social media influencers act on YouTube. It's like, dude, like that fucking bit on like that sketch has been done a billion times over. Like, what the
Hmm.
why? You didn't. It's like if you're gonna add something new to it, okay. But if you're not, then you just suck. Like you're just
Yeah.
unoriginal. You're just a fat guy.
No, what made you um what did you watch of Andrew Schultz is where you were like, all right, he's not as bad as I said.
The past two, and one's a softball. He was answering back to a heckler, and like any, I mean, if you're a comedian and you can't handle a heckler, like that's just like really bad. Like it's such a layup. Like you have a microphone, and if it's a girl, it's like oh, you just like it's such a lay-in.
Hmm.
No, almost no one can screw that up. So he was getting on her, and I was laughing a couple times. And then there was this one story where like apparently he was going to a place to do stand up, and I guess before the show he went to the bathroom, and apparently some dude was taking a shit in the bathroom. So then when he went on stage, he's like, all right, no, before the show starts, who the fuck was taking a dump in the back room on it? It's like no, the show ain't starting until we find out. And I was laughing a good amount during that clip.
Yeah, it sounds funny.
But
Now
Charlemagne the God still fucking runs circles around him.
oh yeah, no, like but it's funny because when I started listening to their podcast, which has the best name of any podcast ever. If I could go
What's it
back in
called?
time and like steal it and like before they took it,
What is it called?
Brilliant Idiots.
God damn it.
I I love it. It's such a good name.
God damn. We
Uh,
should have named ourselves like shit. I don't
oh,
even know. It's fucking genius.
it's so good. I love that name. I'm mad. I'm mad that they thought of such a good name. Um,
I'm a little upset.
but I used to listen to that when like it was like around when Trump first got elected, and like Charlemagne would like him and the producer were just so like they would constantly just talk about Trump, and like Schultz was the only one like he would like push back on it, you know? And so I was like, oh, I like this guy a lot. But then after listening for a while, I was like, all right, I don't agree with Charlemagne on a lot, but like he's so much better at podcasting, it's unreal. And he was actually funnier a lot of the time. Like Schultz is a stand-up comedian, and but Charlemagne a lot of the time was actually like had better jokes. Like I would laugh harder at him and be like, oh, this dude's not even a comedian, and he's funnier than a comedian that's on the podcast.
It's that.
Um,
It's like that. Like this guy's even less funnier than all of them. Who's that guy on YouTube now? It's like I think his name's like Ryan Lang or something like that.
oh, Ryan Long, that dude.
Ryan, is it the skinny white dude?
Oh, he sucked.
Yeah, it's just wait. Yeah. This guy. It's like, dude, like I watched the first clip I ever watched. I was laughing. I was like, this is fucking funny as shit. It was like the full time protester or something, And it was funny because like I literally thought of that when I was like
Hmm.
12 or 14 years old. I was like, dude, imagine if there's just people who like just like that's their job is to just be a protester all the time. And I
Yeah.
would always do the fucking Michael's Arts and Crafts bit and everything. It's like, I guess Michael Arts and Crafts just got a huge flood in or something. So I was laughing at that. I was like, that's so fucking relatable. And then you just watch like two, three more videos, and you're like, oh, this is just his thing. Like he just panders to the other, that 150% of audience.
Yeah, no, I had the exact same thing with him. Is it was like woke person versus. All right, guys. It was like
What happened?
someone's just driving by blasting music at the beach.
I
It
didn't
was.
hear it.
It's like, all right, we get it. You're cool. You're a teenager. But oh, I watched the one where it was like woke person versus racist. Um, and it was like basically like them basically saying the same thing just in different terms. It was a really funny video, and it was
Mm.
basically like it's like, oh, dude, like he's like, no, we call them we call them colored people. You know what I mean? Like the racist saying that, and he's like, no, no, no. Nowadays we don't call them colored people. That's racist. We call them people of color. Like, and everything was like that. And then by the end of the video, they're like best friends. Um, and it was so I was like, oh, this is a really interesting take. And then, like you said, I was like, let me check out more. I clicked and I was like, oh, this is just his whole thing. Like, there's no depth here. This is a mild wide lake and an inch deep. Like it's. I
There's
thought he
no
had a really
depth.
good take, and I was like, I wanted to see what else he had good takes on, and I was like, oh no, he's just this is his whole. He's like anti
This is what he,
SJW, like in 2020. It's like cringy.
yeah, like this is what he does. And then it's like, oh well, you know what? The people like my takes. I should start a podcast. It's like, yeah, so you can be lazier and get more money, dude. I like how, dude.
Oh, there's so many
That's
people that do that.
that's amazing to me. That the people out there are like, you should really just pick your self up by your bootstraps and fucking like put in honest days, work in. It's like I get that. But like for you to say that and like your main source of income is fucking Twitch streaming and podcasting.
Oh,
It's
dude.
like, dude, what are you doing besides robbing from some kid who's just taking money from his parents' credit card?
Yeah, no, it's so true, dude. That's so because is I like a lot of Twitch streamers, and I used to watch Twitch a good amount. I don't really anymore because I don't have the time, but it's they get on their soapbox so often about like actual issues, and it's like, dude, you play video games to little kids for a living. Like, what are you talking about? But they'll talk about like real world issues. It's like, dude, you've never had a job. You like you're talking about politics. What do you have to say? Like, you don't. You're like, shut up, dude. Just keep playing fucking Zelda. Stay in your lane. No one wants to hear about your fucking thoughts on anything. Play the
Okay,
damn game.